I'm State Senator John Carey, and I live here in Wellston. Well, my responsibilities daily are to keep track of what my constituents are saying. I get a lot of emails from constituents. A lot of people write me letters. A lot of people call me. They share their ideas with me. I had a constituent call me yesterday. They had some ideas about some possible job opportunities for the area, and I get a lot of questions like that. People having problems with state agencies, whether it be workers' comp or High Department of Natural Resources or those type of things. Legislature's not in session right now, but when we're in session, I attend committees every day. I have several committees I'm on, including finance, education, state and local government, and veterans affairs, and I'm also on the controlling board. I serve on a lot of different committees as part of my job, so I'm in a lot of meetings. It's not unusual for me to have 10 or 11 meetings a day. And so it keeps me pretty busy. I work a lot. I can work a lot from my home. I can telecommute by the computer, but I'm also on the road a lot, visiting the counties I represent. So my job is to represent the area, and that's something I work out every day. My first job was working for my dad. My dad has Carey's hauling service in the Wellston area, and he started that the week I was born. And I'm 51, so he's been in that business for 51 years, and still operates in Wellston. But I remember going on the truck with Dad. I was about 6 or 7 years old, and really through college, worked with him, and I learned a lot about the people in this area and how they lived, and I met a lot of the business people. I tell people that was my first door-to-door working for my dad. Well, Jack Milliken, who's Jim Milliken's dad, who's passed away, was one of my first mentors. He was a Jackson County Republican chairman, and he really supported my efforts to run for mayor and also for state representative. Clarence Miller, who's a congressman that I worked for several years. He's living in Lancaster, and he really taught me how to deal with constituents and type of service to provide, and keeping true to yourself. So those are two mentors I've had. I think my grandparents, my grandmother Ruby Seitz, who lives in Jackson, and my other grandparents who passed away, really shared a lot of history with me, and told me what things were like and hoped for things to be better in the area. Really influenced me. Well, my greatest opportunities comes from my experience, because I've worked in the state legislature, so I understand the state budget and I understand how state government works. So with that knowledge, I have the best opportunity to represent the district and try to make sure that we have opportunities to grow and prosper in our part of the state. Well, there's a limited amount of resources. I've focused on the Finance Committee. I'm chairman of the Finance Committee. And there's a lot more good causes and good things you can spend money on than there are funds. And people are not really able to we're not looking to increase taxes. I don't think that's the answer, because people really are struggling. So making do with the resources that we have, provide the best available services, is really the focus. Even though when we go into the next budget, it's really going to be tough, and there's going to be things that we would like to see funded, but there just isn't the money to fund them. Well, probably I don't like to have my picture taken. It's probably one of the things, because you folks are very kind to include me in the newspaper. But I grew up being kind of quiet, and I kind of learned to be a public speaker and be a public person because I wanted to do the job, not because it came naturally to me. I really didn't belong to a clique. I tried to be friends with everyone, and I kind of carried that on to the legislature. I try to work with both sides of the aisle, and I've not really been in any clique. and it's not part of my personality. I was thinking, and I came up with Jimmy Stewart. That was the first time I've been asked that question. Not Jimmy Stewart, my fellow state senator, but Jimmy Stewart, the actor. He made a lot of interesting movies that I liked, and he lived an interesting life. Somebody that seemed to be interesting. That one's easy. That question's easy. Frosted mini wheats. I eat that every day, or I eat oatmeal. But I eat it. I just pour it out in the bowl and eat it dry. And that's how I start out my day. I would be a journalist. I'd be doing what you do. I actually started out in college for a quarter majoring in journalism, and I like to write, and I like to write my weekly columns, and so that would probably be my second choice. Who will get profiled next week? Check back for new 10 questions each Thursday here on www.timesjournal.com.